Hello friends, being the first program in our series, lot of meticulous explanation is required for this program. For the next programs and all that, this much explanation is not required. Not even 50% of this much explanation is required. You must be having little more perseverance to understand every element for the first program. That point you have to understand. So far, I have explained about the documentation section. This is the first section. Thereafter, into main we write that's the entry point for the execution of the program. Thereafter, declaration section. This is very core section, very crucial section. I explained about that. And in concept one, once again, you refer what is need of what is variable, what is need of variable, everything I have explained in detail. Thereafter, clear screen we write in order to clear our output screen. And as I told you, whatever variables you are going to use in the program must be declared within the declaration section. Otherwise, you try, your experience is yours. If you write any of these variables here, then it leads to error. Okay, that point you have to understand. Thereafter, the third section is input section. Actually, input section. Now, here certain variables are there. Those variables are named as input variables. What are those variables? The name of the room, length, breadth, and height of the room. These are the input variables we have to give because this is an interactive program. This program is not meant for one room. N number of rooms, any number of rooms can give their name, their length, breadth, and height. Okay. Now you see in the input section we are using a scanf function. Scanf function. Actually, as far as scanf is concerned, it is a little delicate function. You should be careful with this. If small deviations are there, it does not work. That's why strictly follow what principles or rules I explain about this. So we are reading first name. Actually, as far as name is concerned, if you want to read single word name like bedroom, there is no issue. Now living room, 2 words. So in such case, we have to write this code. If it is a single word name, simply percentages is enough. But most cases, multiple word names are there. That's why always for a human or a room or a vehicle or anything, you write this code. Don't write this code, percentages. If you write this code, what is the problem I am telling you? Suppose some human name, person's name you have to enter. It may be Mohan. No issue with this. It works. If it is Mohan Rao or Mohan Kumar, 2 words, then problem will come. In order to make your program general or generic, then you write this code. Regarding reading multiple words from keyboard, I have specially explained. You focus on that. Many students do not know that they commit errors. Okay. So this is a special code you have to notice. Thereafter we are entering length, breadth, and height. And here one thing, prompt statement is very important. When you are writing prompt statement, you recall the position of a bank ATM. When you go to bank ATM, for every step, without any confusion, it explains to you. Because of that guidance only, you are able to enter correct input. So, in this manner, you write a prompt statement. Prompt statements are very core. They should be precise, meaningful, and they should not be vague. They should not create any confusion. In that way, prompt statements you write. Already in concept zone I explained. Refer to them once. Now, the third input section is over. Fourth, the crucial section is the processing section. Actually, in a declaration section, I divided variables into 2 categories, input variables and output variables. What are the output variables? Floor area and walls floor area. Walls floor area, these are output variables. For that, variables are created and how we can assign values, that is very important. For that purpose, in the processing section, we write the corresponding formula. Whenever you are writing processing statement, you should have clarity which logic, subject to which logic you are writing, what aptitude and which formula or which arithmetical statements you have to write. You must have perfect clarity, then only write. Otherwise, your program may run and gives result. The result may not be correct. That point you have to understand. So, here, floor area, you know that, length into breadth, that we are writing. And whatever name, spelling, case, everything, the same way you have to use. Thereafter, walls floor area. Don't write 4 walls area. Walls floor area. 2 into h, 2h into L plus B. 2 into height. Here, in mathematics and all that, simply write 2h into L plus B. But in programming, this will not do. Everything should be explicit. 2 into h into L plus B. Like that you have to write. Otherwise, it leads to error. This is the processing section. Because of these two arithmetic statements, the two output variables are given values, assigned values. Okay. Now all input variables as well as output variables are filled with corresponding values. Now let us write the output section. In order to write the output section, as I told you already I showed you output formation. So strictly according to the output formation, here two things you must remember. One is content. All the content should be presented. Second one is format. So in order to write the output section properly, you must have command over two things. One is printf for function. Second one is escape sequences. Then every statement you write according to the output already we have manually written. Okay. Now you write that, and while you are writing output, always you must remember one thing. Actually, you don't feel like a student, feel like a professional. If you are a professional, always you write unit name. Suppose you are dealing with money, then rupees you have to write. Here length, breadth and height, those are feet. Their unit is feet. FT, short form is enough. And areas are represented in square feet. Square feet. That's why SFT you have to write. Don't forget that. So all these points you keep in mind and write all the output section. Output section. Thereafter, I told you, when you are writing int main, then you write return 0. This is compulsory. Okay. With this, you have written the sequential program with 5 sections: documentation section, declaration section, input section, processing section, and output section. This is the formal way of writing a C program. Now, let us consider the output. Here, see, just it should be like this, professionalism. Now, enter the name of the room, drawing room. Enter the length of the room, 20. Enter the breadth of the room, 15. Enter the height of the room, 10. Thereafter, after giving input, our scanf statement reads all these values, reads from keyboard and store them in memory. That point you have to understand. Then, because of your output statements, then this is printed in an elegant format. As I told you already, it is not just a result, it is output formation. Result means all this is just a dump, that is the result. We are not expecting that. Here we are expecting everything like a served plate, in a 5-star hotel. Like that, you have to format your output.